you.
Here's a tale to tickle your sides. Winter before, I was drinking in Stavanger with some companions. With us in the mead hall were men of Bard Jarl's clan, one of which was a poet named Halli, called Sarcastic Halli by most. 7 ale horns into his night, Halli stood upon his table and called across the room to another man, a skald named Tjodolf. Tjodolf, he yelled, I can compose a more beautiful poem with my belching than you could with your tongue and fine words. The room laughed. Tjodolf loudest of all. Challenge, sarcastic
Sail!
Allow me to begin. Tjodolf then spoke this verse. Sad Halli drowns in horns of hubris, squeaking like a stoat, yet proudly the pup calls it poetry. The room laughed again, with Halli joining in. Then, Halli tripped across the room and opened his mouth to speak his verse. From his throat erupted a jet of vomit into Tjodolf's face. His only composition that night, of which he seemed most proud.
Sing, my ravens. We'll share a tale.
Have you heard me tell the tale of the 6 Christian missionaries I lured away from their faith into the worship of Almighty Thor?
You showed them how to turn the crosses into hammers, simply by flipping them over. And they fainted with joy. That tale?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Strike up a tune. We need an epic tale.
In my youth, I remember hearing the story of Kalda, a fierce young woman whose father forbade her from swordplay and raids. Kalda had skills to match or surpass any man in the clan. And so it was that her beloved Gapi asked her aboard his ship. Once again, Kalda's father forbade her to leave, calling her soft and weak and fragile. Kalda ignored these insults and left. For a full spring, Kalda and Gapi sailed the coast of Frontier, raiding and plundering and taking much silver and riches. Then, in the early weeks of summer, a passing ship gave Calda the news that her mother had died suddenly. Calda was grief-stricken. Calda returned quickly home, only to find her mother there, alive and standing quietly beside her father. Calda was confused. Calda's father spoke with a sour voice. I sent the tale of your mother's death, for you were insolent. But now you are home, where you must stay. Hearing these words, Calda pulsed hot with rage. She slew her father and fled back to her ship, then set a swift sail for the horizon.
Eivor! Tuohtaas joudik!
This area is off limits.
I'll take that head clean off him! Bleed!
In this ice bath. need your eyes, my friend.
Skull's got a story.
Have I ever told you the story about...
I'm fairly certain you have. Anyone else with a tale to share before Dag starts talking again? Run up the sail! Reef sail! Let's hear a story.
A story from my youth.
Dock the ship here.
This one has no less...
Hold on, good scout.
You there! You look like you could handle yourself in a fight.
Well, Withers, friend, a charmed life. Do you want the favor of the gods, or protection from them? Welcome, warrior. Sulke Silvertongue offers wonders from across the 9 worlds. Rare objects, priceless artifacts.
And yet you've put a price on them.